hate that joint. But anyway, welcome to another Weebaholic podcast. Let's get it. Let's go. Today, our special guest, Jake. Introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Jake Demansky. I'm from One Pod, a One Piece podcast. I'm here with Chris from Anime Gensho and my co-host here who doesn't have his camera on, but it's all good.
Secret.
Connor Tyler, and we're both from One Pod, a One Piece podcast. And
hey, what's up?
Yeah, what the podcast is about is we just go through the manga One Piece in like chapter by chapter order, and we kind of just like review each chapter. I don't know why we do it, but we do it, and we just love One Piece, and we talk about anime. We had you on, and we talk about anime.
You guys are like chapter 32 now, right? Like
yeah, we're about to be. Yeah, it's gonna take forever for us to get through. We're gonna be doing this for years.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you make a lot of content out of it. This is what we're gonna do today. But before we get to our tier listing episode, I want to talk to you guys about anime, how you get into anime. So both of you guys, how you get into anime, what age, what year, you remember all that? Let me know.
Connor, you want to go first?
Yeah, I specifically remember, I think it's like middle school or high school. I want to say middle school probably. I would come home and Toonami would be on like mid-afternoon. I remember watching Dragon Ball and a lot of Gundam when I was a kid, like a lot. And I remember late night I would catch like the tail end of like Yu Yu Hakusho, maybe Inuyasha. And I just loved that kind of stuff. And then I remember the thing that took off for me was Naruto. I remember very specifically I had like a stomach flu and I was like in bed, just like constantly having to run to the bathroom, didn't feel good. And on Toonami that night was like a marathon of Naruto. Like they just played episode after episode after episode. And between, running back and forth, what I saw was like, dude, this is awesome. Like, this is so cool. And then after I watched all of that was available through Toonami or that they were showing, I was like, I need more. Watched it more I could online. And then realized there's more paths like an English dub. So I got into sub then, and then that opened like a whole world to me where it's like, wait, I can watch stuff with English subtitles and get into stuff like that. So then, I got into the big three at that point, if you want to call it that, with Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. I watched that a lot. I even dove into like some sports anime a little bit when I was younger. I didn't really like it too much when I was younger. Now I'm kind of getting a little more into it, probably because I don't play sports as much. So I just live vicariously through the characters. But yeah, I definitely think Toonami, I'm sure a lot of people have the same story, but Toonami is what did it for me. Toonami is what got me into anime for sure. And I think even like some Saturday cartoons, I want to say on like, was it 4Kids? Yeah, 4Kids.
Yeah, 4Kids, like 4Kids stuff.
Yeah, even though like the stuff they put out wasn't great, it still just introduced me to what anime was. And it got me like researching just better stuff.
Right.
Yeah. I'd probably say the same, like Toonami growing up. My mom used to like kind of endorse that whole thing. Like it would be like she'd call me in for dinner and like Dragon Ball Z would be on and she's like, Dragon Ball Z's on. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get there. And
awesome.
so I'd watch like DBZ while eating my chicky nuggets. And and then I think you mentioned like all the ones I probably watched too, like Gundam Wing I think was on. There was like some weird like animes. They're not weird, but I like kind of don't remember them. Was like Lone Star or something. There's like Outlaw Star. That's what it is, I think. Outlaw Star was on, and then like Cowboy Bebop would be on like way later. He said Inuyasha. I've seen that. Yu Yu Hakusho, and like I think even like I don't know if you guys know this.
Bobo. I heard it.
Yeah. I've heard of it. I haven't watched. I heard.
It's wild.
It's wacky. It's some wacky shit. But yeah, like big DBZ head, and then I think like paralleling you, Connor, I saw Naruto. Like I was at my grandma's house. She was like babysitting me, and Naruto was doing a marathon, and it was like going through when like the third Hokage was fighting Orochimaru, like that whole thing. And I was just like, what is this? This is like, it's scaring me. It's like, because Orochimaru is a freaky dude.
Yeah.
And like, but it's also so badass. Like the action is like on point. And I was just like, I gotta watch all of this.
You didn't know what's that? You didn't know who was gonna win at that point.
Yeah, I had no idea. Like he's like raising like the other. I didn't know they were like the Hokages at the time. He was raising the Hokages out of the ground. It was insane. So I was hooked to Naruto like as soon as I saw that shit. So that's pretty much my whole intro is from like age 5 to like now. I watched anime.
Right. So I got one more question for you. Then we'll get to the tier list. How did the podcast start? Like, what was the idea? Was it, we were all home at one point, really, really home? Was it boredom, or you just been in the back of your head for some years? Talk to me about it, Jake.
Well, yeah. So I think Connor and I just like, he got me into One Piece after so long of me like avoiding it. I used to like shit on One Piece. I used to think it looked so stupid. And then Connor, I talked to him about anime all the time. And he would just kind of like hint like, oh, One Piece is like getting crazy. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then I saw like some YouTube clip of like something way far into One Piece. I think it was Zoro at Dressrosa. And I was like, this doesn't even look like the One Piece that I think of when I think of One Piece. Like, this looks fucking awesome. I think I'm gonna dive into One Piece. Dived into One Piece, never looked back. It was so
what year do you remember?
What's that?
What year was it? Like 20? Because Dressrosa was like 2015, I think.
Yeah, it must have been right around then is where I saw that clip, because I think that clip had like just happened in the show.
I know that was blowing the internet away.
Yeah, and so I like got caught up in it. I'm like, I need to see how it gets to this. And when I did, I like did not stop talking to Connor about One Piece for like the longest time. And I was just like, I'm already doing a podcast like with some of my other friends, like, and it's like a comedy podcast.
All right.
Connor and I just shoot the shit talking One Piece like to no end. So I'm like, Connor, do you want to like do a podcast with me about One Piece? And then we just, talked like how we talked, but now we record it. So that's how it happened.
Okay. So Connor, you guys come to the agreement of, starting a podcast. What do you think has been like the hardest part? Is it the editing, the time management?
It's me.
Yeah. It's no, I would say it hasn't been really that hard. If you want to say, I think the hardest part is like it's rereading what is my favorite manga and like hyper analyzing it and critically reading it and maybe finding some stuff that I'm not a huge fan of. I think that's the hardest part, is because like most of it I think is amazing and nearly perfect. So it is hard to look at it and be like, yeah, this is great. We just the last episode we just did, I mentioned like we just got into the fight of Luffy and Captain Kuro's like whole crew. Luffy got hypnotized, did his first Gatling gun, and then ripped the mask off and fell asleep. And I was like, that's lame. I wanted to see more of like crazy, hyper aggressive Luffy. Right. So it is hard to find those moments where I'm like, man, I'm not a huge fan of this, or I think this could have been done better. And regardless, even if we do find those moments, it sucks to be like, to take what is my favorite manga and be like, yeah, this sucks, man. I'm not a huge fan of this. So, but that's like the hardest part. I think Jake and I, like you said, we talk about this all the time anyway, off record. So literally we just do the same thing we do when we hang out. We just hit record instead. So it just works really easy. Yeah.
I think I'll give you guys your props, because like to reread a manga, but to reread 1,000-chapter manga, that is insane. Like that's some dedication. Like to know something's gonna happen and then still reread it. Well,
like Connor said, like we're like critiquing now more than ever, but also like you have to make it entertaining. So like it's not just us like reviewing like One Piece. Like we make bits the entire time. Like we have like jokes like about shit. And just kind of like go off of that. So, and we started making our episodes shorter, so it's like more digestible and shit like that. So,
right.
Yeah.
So now let's get into the One Piece tier list. We're just ranking the Straw Hats off of personal enjoyment and what are you going to do for the show. Remember, everybody here I think loves every Straw Hat in their own way. We'll talk about it, because we don't want everybody in S, but we don't want to put everybody in trash because you don't like them. So I'm gonna share the screen with you guys, and we're gonna get this started now.
Hell yeah. Yo, I'm just gonna plug in my laptop real quick because I just noticed the battery is getting low. So
Okay, baby.
all right, we good. Sorry about that.
I don't know why they have Evie here, but you know, whatever, I guess.
Hey, she's a straw hat in my heart.
Yeah, she counts.
She's in the fleet, the straw hat fleet.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So Jake or Connor, you guys can go first.
Connor, you want to take the lead here?
Now you can take it.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna start with like my my absolute favorite. Not that I hate any one of the straw hats, but someone who I'm not thinking about.
Right.
We'll go with Brooke. We'll start off with Brooke right away.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I think I said this off mic, but I would put all the straw hats in tier S, you know, because I love them all.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going by like favorite and contribution to like the series and stuff.
Right.
Man, this is hard. All right, so
and how much they impacted you, and like what you think their backstory and how they are as a character, all that good stuff. Mumbo jumbo.
Okay, so I'll preface one more time. I love all the straw hats so much. I don't want to get any flack, you know. But if we're doing this, I'll start out with Brooke. Brooke, when he was introduced, I was like, you know, I didn't really care that much. I was like, oh, he's kind of like, you know, he's whatever. He's goofy. He's a swordsman. I like the swordsman aspect. He can run on top of water while having a devil fruit. That's kind of cool.
He's a perv.
Yeah, he's a perv. There's something about that I can respect and also don't like at the same time. So, you know, his contribution to the show like didn't really kick up until Whole Cake Islands, until you know, he kind of squared up with Big Mom and managed to escape. What's that?
Got clapped by Zeus, though.
He got clapped by Zeus. That's so true. But he was able to get the poneglyph, you know, whatever it is. He got like the poneglyphs copied on paper or something. Right. You know, he is kind of, if I hate even doing this, he's kind of a B for me. He's right in the middle. I do love him, but like out of all the other straw hats, I gotta put him at B.
That's where I would put him too. 100%. I was gonna say B.
Mm-hmm.
B for Brooke.
I was saying B too.
Wow. Okay.
Because like,
because he just kind of started contributing. Like I would say, like Whole Cake is when a lot of his contributed start. Plus, he's just starting to do some stuff in the current arc too. So it's like, all right, cool. Yeah, I like him. I like the whole like Soul King aspect. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the, like, there are some straw hats that I don't like their time skip designs, and I'm like, I kind of like them free time skip, and Brooke is not that. I love his time skip design. I think he looks so good. Post time skip for sure.
And I was gonna ask you guys, I think like there's a panel or something on TikTok that's always shown, or like it's like when the One Piece is over, Brooke is the one telling the story. Like, I mean, we think about it, Brooke's gonna outlive everybody. So Brooke, it could be a thing where Brooke is telling the story at the end of it, and we're just like,
he probably is. I think you're right. My impression is, because I read, you know, someone said he's not like immortal, he just has a second life or something. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what the hell the deal is with Brooke, because I thought for a while I thought he was immortal. Now people are saying no, he just has like another lifespan. I don't even know what to think anymore.
I swear, I thought his fruit was like he couldn't die, like he can die. Because I mean,
it might be. It literally might be. I have no clue. But if he's like alive to tell the story of the Straw Hats like hundreds of years later, I would love that. That is so sick.
That would be. And like you said, he really just started. He is very funny. One of the funniest lives in One Piece and stuff like that. Yeah. But again, he didn't really start caring about like his best moments were Whole Cake. He was probably the MVP of Whole Cake, besides Luffy and stuff like that. But outside of Luffy, like he probably was the MVP. So I would say, I'm gonna say B too.
Yeah.
Because other than that, I didn't really, we didn't really get that much. Like I like.
It's true.
His backstory was amazing, the Laboon tie, but like, you didn't really care about Laboon by the time I broke.
Yeah, too much time has passed. Like you're kind of like, wait, who's Laboon? Oh shit, that whale. Yeah.
Like. So yeah, I'm gonna put him in B for Brooke, man. B for Brooke.
Yeah. Yep. I'm with it.
Hey, this is a little more wholesome than our last tier list, but whatever.
Yeah.
Wait, who? Jake,
I started that off, so,
okay, so
it's
Connor,
either one of you two.
I can go next. Okay. We're gonna do. I guess we'll just keep going in the order that it's in on the bottom. So we'll do Frankie next.
Okay.
And I actually. So speaking of like designs, this is a character that I do not like.
I hate it. It's bad.
I do not like his post-time skip design. I do not enjoy it at all. But I think like contribution-wise, Frankie is killer. Like he is really, really important to the Straw Hats. Like technically he built their ship. So that's pretty important. He keeps them going as far as that. And before Jinbei came in as their helmsman, he was kind of that like temporary helmsman. Like he was the one in charge of all of that. I think like as a shipwright, he's really good. I think like fighting wise too, I always enjoy his fights. They're always like a really cool mix of serious, badass, and really, really wacky.
Right.
Like, really, really wacky. Which includes the most recent one he had. Like Jake, I was talking to you about this earlier. It's like if you would have told me like even 2 years ago that in One Piece I was gonna watch a giant robot man fight a helicopter triceratops man, I love every second of it. Like I'd tell you you're crazy, but man, did I love every second of it. It was so cool. And I think Frankie, it's hard because it's like I don't want to put him in S tier, but he is super important. I'm gonna put him in A tier is where I would put him because he's made the ship. He keeps them going, and he is super important in that regard. But he did kind of come in super late, and it does seem like he didn't really do anything massive until like post time skip. So I'm gonna put him in A tier. That's where I'm going.
Wow. I don't think he did anything massive pre-time skip.
Nothing.
Wow.
Besides for the ship, no.
Wow. Okay. My opinions on Frankie. Am I next? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah.
Okay. Frankie, when he's introduced, like he squares up with like Luffy pretty much right away, and like, and he's got like they have a good fight, so good. Like when I reread that, I was like, at this point in time, when they meet at Water 7, you can't even quite tell who's actually stronger than each other, Luffy or Frankie, because they're like fighting each other just pretty much on equal terms. You only find out in like Enies lobby when Lucci just kind of handles Frankie in front of Luffy, and like that's when Frankie's kind of like, oh shit, this is not my fight. Like Luffy, you gotta take care of this guy because I'm getting my ass whooped. But I gotta agree with you guys. His post time skip design is like ridiculous. It really threw me off when I saw that shit. But it's kind of funny how he gets there. He was like working with like Dr. Vegapunk's like technology, and he like blew up like in a lab accident.
Right.
And so like he basically he like lost all of his skin and shit. He had to like put on like, it's just wacky how he came to this design. But I think he handles business regardless. Like in the most recent like chapters when he starts fighting like that one of the Toby Ropo or whatever, and they have like a helicopter kind of thing going on, and Frankie's a big robot fighting them. It's like so good. Frankie like handles someone who's on the level of X-Drake technically, right? Like because X-Drake is like a Toby Ropo. When I read that chapter recently, I just got to say, like, it is kind of crazy.
1017?
I think it was 1017. Was it the most recent one, Connor?
I don't know. I can check really quick. I'm not sure.
It was one of the 1017 or 1016. But yeah, he like handles one of the Toby Ropo, and I had a thought. I'm like, the Straw Hats now, like maybe each one of them is on the level of like X-Drake, which kind of means like they're close to like each one of them being as strong as someone in the worst generation. It's like not just like Luffy and Zoro anymore. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. But I like Frankie a lot, man. I'm gonna put him in S for super.
Oh man,
I hate myself, but yeah,
I'm super. It was the most recent chapter, by the way. It was 10-19.
Yeah, 10-19. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm on 10-15, so I'm a few chapters behind.
Oh, okay.
I'll probably get caught up today. I'm not doing nothing.
Sorry if we spoiled anything, but
I don't care.
it's coming up.
I've been spoiled. I mean, when you reading and watching One Piece, you can get spoiled some things. It's for the journey, man. It's for the journey.
Yeah.
Hate to be the downer, man. I don't like Frankie that much. I really don't.
Oh no.
Yes.
I don't like I mean, at first he thought he was gonna be a villain. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I thought he was kind of a bonehead at first. He's kind of funny or whatever. I think his jokes, like, I'm not gonna lie. One thing I don't like about One Piece sometimes is that we get too much. This could be the anime problem, but we get too much of our side character fight. Like, I love, seeing Frankie and Usopp battle and Chopper, but I'm like, I want to get to the stuff that actually matters sometimes.
Yeah.
And and then I like how much he did help them, and if it wasn't for them and his boss, I forgot his name, the one that made the train or whatever.
Yeah, damn, what's his name again? This is bad.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I remember. The Fishman.
Yeah, Fishman. So the one that was on Roger's crew.
Yeah. Yep.
They wouldn't be able to get to Indy's lobby. But I'm gonna go see, man.
See?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So how do you so S-A-C
kind of lines up at B maybe.
Yeah.
B or A, yeah.
Yeah, like a high B or a low A.
Yeah, we can like go through and like, or because last time we get to, because whatever.
Yeah.
All right, I think it's my turn. I'm gonna go Usopp.
Okay, yeah.
So for me, Usopp, one of the OG Straw Hats.
Yep.
Met him very early on. I forgot what chapter. I feel like the anime was like the first 10 to 15 episodes, really, really early on. And seeing him, Usopp versus Luffy was one of the most emotional things in the show.
Crazy stuff. Yeah.
He's very funny, as all the Straw Hats are in their own little goofy way.
Yeah.
Dressrosa, he's low-key the MVP.
Yeah. Yep.
He's always like, it's weird, like he's very close with Luffy, so seeing that in Water 7 was crazy to me. He provides a different dynamic. His character has grown, and he has become, to an extent, that strong person that he wants to be. I mean, he's like the third or fourth highest bounty in the crew. I think it's like Luffy, Zoro, Sanji. I think that he's like right there. I think.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
I think he's number 4. So I'm gonna go A.
Hell yeah.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah,
I'd agree with A. I actually I wouldn't put him in S, because I don't think he is an OG, which I think immediately gives him like this prime, like, okay, yeah, he's pretty important to this crew. Like, he is like the foundation of it. For a while before Frankie took the helm, he was the shipwright. He kept the Mary going for as long as he possibly could, which is really cool. He's their sniper. I mean, he does some really cool stuff with a slingshot that is just insane to really think about. And I do agree with you 100%. Dressrosa, he was MVP. He was super, super cool in that arc. I love how that progressed, and I love his whole like God Usopp persona now. I think that is hilarious. I love that. I would put him in A for sure.
And the only thing I would say, like, criticism, my bad, Jake, but is when early on he did for like an extra laugh, like to a certain point, in his lobby, you could tell that because he felt that him going so hard for the ship was also saying that, like, yo, like, I have nothing to offer, so this ship has to stay, or I have nothing to offer. You could kind of tell early on. He did have some MVP with Alabasta, but he did kind of feel like he couldn't really do too much, like comedic relief at first.
Yeah. I see. I'm gonna put him in A with you guys as well. He's a solid A character. We're like going through his like introduction arc right now in the story again, and like it is kind of cool because for a while you like, obviously take him as a joke, but when he busts out the slingshot, like even first time he does it, he's just like so capable with it. It's like I forgot, like, he's amazing with it, like right away. And Alabasta is the big arc for me with Usopp, where I'm like, he takes some damage in Alabasta, and he keeps going. I remember he gets so scared he like wants to run away, and like Chopper is like, no, we got to do this, and then
he hit somebody with like a hammer or something, and then I remember one moment in Through the Bark, he was hilarious. Him and Perona, that was hilarious.
Yeah. But he like someone mocks Luffy basically in Alabasta, and that's when he like stops running away, and he's like, he says something like, you can mock me, but you can't mock my friends and their dreams or something like that. And he sticks out the fight, and him and Chopper win. And I was like, this guy is like, I mean, he's dope. He's the shit. And yeah, so I love Usopp. Yeah, he's an OG. Put him in A. I love him.
It is very, cool list right now. We're all agreeing, man. Besides the French one. So, Connor, are you up now? No, wait.
Oh wait, I think I'm up.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Yeah, I wasn't sure actually.
Let's do Vivi. I mean, she's in here. She's not like full blown Straw Hat, but let's get her in here.
I guess we'll have to judge the only arc she was in, because we didn't see her that much, but Alabasta.
Yeah, I love Vivi so much. It kind of like broke my heart when she didn't hop on the Straw Hat like ship with them and everything, but shit happens. She's like a princess. She's got her own things to do. When you like first meet her, I think she's like undercover for Barrack Works, and she like, she's kind of badass. She has these like twirly weapons or something like that, and but just like everything develops like so well. She's got strong convictions. She's trying to do what's right. She was always trying to do what's right from when she was a kid to like, recent times. I'm gonna say, but like she's not a big part of the story, like technically. Maybe she will be soon. I mean, there was slight talk of her with like the Reverie little mini arc.
Wasn't the last chapter about Reverie? Like I heard like 1019 or something, like a lot of Reverie talk.
I don't know. I didn't even know if 1019 came out yet. That might be like spoilers or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I kind of hope it takes it back there. That'd be really sick. But right now,
a little Wano fatigue.
Yeah, I'm there actually with you. Like I love One Piece, of course, but like let's see something else right now.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, I mean I'll put her in B just because like she's not huge, she's not shown that much. Mm-hmm. But I do love her. I do love Vivi.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard because I love her too.
Mm-hmm.
I love her so much. Vivi is a really cool character, and I hope that we see more of her in the future as well. But I would actually argue she's like even more of a C tier in the fact of her contributions alone. Like she exists like in a vacuum of one arc and that's it. As for right now, the Reverie like has been hinted at, and we have seen her like in bits and pieces, and I hope that comes back and it isn't just like teased and that's it. But yeah, I again, I love her as a character. I agree with you, Jake, 100%. It broke my heart when she didn't come with the crew, because I think having her and is it Karoo, her duck?
Yeah.
Her duck, that would have been so cool to have with the crew. But just wasn't meant to be. She does have a kingdom to kind of take care of, which is fair. But yeah, I would put her in C just for her existence in the Alabasta arc alone. If she was in more, I would say B for sure, just because I love her. But it has to be C.
Okay, I'm conflicted right now. Honestly, I think she did more Alabasta than Brooke had done in the whole since he's been on those Straw Hats. But Brooke has been there longer.
That might be true though. Like honestly, like you saw a lot of Vivi in Alabasta, like a lot.
And what she did for the Straw Hats, I feel like she's, her family, that history. I know this doesn't have to do nothing with her, but like her family history with being could have been a celestial dragon. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Then like her and Luffy, that dynamic was pretty cool. I remember when Luffy like punched her and everybody, the internet was going like, the internet going crazy. He hit a woman. And,
yeah.
This might be a hot take. I'm gonna go A, bro.
Wow. Okay.
Because I think what she did, I know she wasn't there long, but what she did, I think is more than what Frankie and Brooke have done.
Okay. I like that a lot. You reminding me of like when her and Luffy had that like little squabble.
Right.
When that happened, I was like, weirdly enough, I know like maybe the internet reacted like in a way that's like, oh my god, Luffy had a girl. I was like, these two are like real friends. Like that's when that happened. I was like, they're like actually care about what's happening and each other to some extent. Like,
and her
like,
sacrifice she did for her kingdom and going undercover, like that is huge. And
yeah,
to deal with like the rebel side, and it was so Alabasta was such a big kingdom too, because it was like I guess based off of Egypt, so it was so large and stuff.
Yeah, it was huge, and Luffy was like trying to like just kind of like, you know, I don't agree with him like hitting her obviously, but like
Obviously,
he was trying to like get her to think like realistically, which is
interesting because he doesn't do that at all too.
Yeah, it's funny because like Connor and I have had this conversation where Luffy, you know, most of the time he's like a goofy dumbass, but he has like the most like, you know, perfect timing, wisdom, like when it comes down to things like that are so serious. He like that moment alone is so perfect where he's like, you really think everyone's gonna live in a war? Like, come on, you gotta like think realistically, Vivi. You can't save everybody.
Right.
And like I think even Sanji comments like during that scene, he's like, he's actually like 100% right.
Like, Sanji didn't like drop him.
Yeah, right.
That's what I was waiting for.
I think it's maybe it isn't Sanji because you might be right. Sanji might have like stopped that whole thing from happening, but it's someone says it. Someone says something
maybe
like
Zoro
that.
or something like that.
Yeah, but that's good. So we said A, B, and C. Where does that line us up? Is that B then, or?
Yeah, because C would bring it down. A would bring it up, then B.
Yes, I called B.
Yo, Jake, we on that time thing. Do y'all have enough time to come back or whatever?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Or do you? Yeah, we should be done the second time. This isn't like how we had when we had our anime thing where it's gonna take a long time. So we should be done by the time.
Okay, it doesn't matter. I don't have anything to do today, so
yeah,
we're recording podcasts later. I got podcasts all day today, so
hey, bet. We got 5 minutes. Do you just want to end, or do you want to start on the last one before we end it? We can do
that. Who's got the next one? Who's up? I think it's you, right, Chris? Or
yeah, no, it's Connor.
Yeah. Is it me?
It's Connor.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's Connor. Yeah.
Okay, let's do Chopper.
Okay.
I want to talk about Chopper.
Funny Chopper.
I like Chopper a lot. I think he's super important. He's the doctor, so he keeps everyone alive. So without Chopper, they're all dead. So he's S tier. Easy S tier.
That's probably true.
I mean,
that's low-key probably true.
He's the only one that like I could take either one of his designs, his pre-time skip, post-time skip. I think they're both like amazing.
You don't like Sanji's design?
I mean, his is like pretty much the same. I think the only thing is like you can't see his one eye, and now he has some stubble, and that's like the only difference.
Right.
So I think
Nami's design.
I don't know. See, Nami's design to me is interesting because it's like I prefer her pre-time skip, truthfully.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I prefer her pre-time skip. That's just me. I think like overall this manga, if you want to get into it, or anime, is like just the drip in general is amazing. Like how all the characters change their outfits and stuff, I think is really cool.
Yeah.
So like
the drip is amazing.
The designs it's hard, like at least for people like Frankie, it's easy to say like his design, it's easy to say like I like or dislike his design because it does kind of massively change, like his build in general changes. But like every character, they seem to like have minor changes between pre and post time skip, and it's more so like just the outfits that make them instead, and it's their fashion sense, which I gotta say like all the fashion sense is amazing. But yeah, as far as Chopper goes, not to deviate too much, Chopper S tier for sure. Without him, they all die. Without him, they all die. That's how it goes.
Fair point.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, Chopper. Yeah, you're right. When they faced off against Aokiji, I think they would have all died if it wasn't for Chopper putting them in the shower and shit. So you're 100% right. I love Chopper when he gets his intro arc at Drum Island.
That's pretty emotional, honestly.
I straight up cried watching that anime. No cap. Like I like when the cherry blossoms bloomed at the end and you see Chopper crying like a madman. Oh man, that hit me so hard. I love Chopper. I'm gonna say A, not S. I'm gonna put him at A. I do love Chopper, but I like other Straw Hats a little more.
So we got 2 minutes, so I'm gonna make a quick little whatever. Then I'm gonna come back and get my ranking when we come back. Okay. So obviously, Chopper is the doctor. Very important. I mean, like you said again, if you don't have Chopper, you don't live. I remember going to Whole Cake. I think he was the one that was like, "Don't eat that fish; it's poisonous." And I mean,
yeah,
Sanji's sister did save him, but like, if they don't tell him that, Luffy probably just eats it, not a care in the world, and just dies, corpse over, literally.
Yeah.
You know, Chopper is very important to the Straw Hats. I think people hate on him a lot too much because they try to like, oh, he's not involved in every fight. I mean, really, what Straw Hat is besides Luffy, who's involved with the big finale fights? Like, you have to be realistic here.
Yeah.
And appreciate Chopper for what he does. Saying that, do I think Chopper is more? And in his lobby, he did come in the clutch, as a lot of Straw Hats did.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say A.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna say A. We all said A, I think, right? No.
Connor said S, but he was outvoted.
That's fair. Yeah. That
so
is how it works.
I'm gonna stop this, and then we're gonna go to the part we're gonna finish it up, and then we can like also rank them in each tier list.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, we are back now, and we're gonna finish this tier list up. So I'm gonna share the screen, and then share with you guys. So we were talking about Chopper, and we had already tiered him. So now I think it's my turn now. It's my turn.
Yep,
Connor. I'm gonna go with a big gun. Sanji, Ben Smoke.
Shoo!
So my personal favorite Straw Hat. So this might be a little biased. I mean, when you first meet him, you get like a James Bond feel. You know, he's smooth with it. He kind of is a ladies' man. You think he's a ladies' man, and not like such a simp in the beginning of the show. He's just somebody that's nice, but then you see his simp side come out when Nami comes to the to Barate. You love the he's a very loyal man to his pops or his father, whatever they call him. I forgot his name, to be honest.
Oh, Zeph, the chef. Yeah.
What else? He comes so clutch in Alabasta. I mean, clutch in Alabasta. He was clutching in Annie's lobby when he was going to cover. He's the one that found out that Robin was going to was meeting up with CP9.
Yep.
Whatever. I mean, he's the cook of the crew. I mean, you could say him and Chopper are the most important people that, if you don't have them, you don't really survive. And with Nami too. And I mean, Whole Cake for him was amazing. Like, you really understand who he is. A lot of people like to say that he sucks or this and that. He doesn't get no character development. Well, how is he going to develop when he's already like 22? You're not really having that much development. You just learn what makes him him, and he improves on things that maybe he lacks on a little bit, like trusting in Luffy more. He did trust in Luffy, but after Whole Cake, he really like rolled for Luffy. And I know some people say Wano hasn't been great for him, what Black Maria did for him, but that's always been a weakness for him. When females capture him, we saw that in his lobby with Khalifa. And so I would, but like, I think all in all, I'm gonna go S.
Okay. I'll go next on Sanji. When you meet him, like you said, when he's at the Barati, he like he kind of flexes on some like Navy like captain or something in front of his girl and like totally sways her. Like she's like in love with Sanji. She's like really impressed. And this guy gets really pissed off at him and he's like, "Do you know who I am?" And he like tries to make a move on Sanji, and the next like cut of the panel is Sanji like had already kicked his ass and is like holding him up basically. He is so badass, especially like I think he's coming back around now in the story, but pre-time skip he was like the superhero. Like he would show up and just like handle shit.
Right.
And Alabasta, like you said, he just shows up, he like kicks like I think it's a banana dial.
Oh my god, that was amazing. I remember that. It was like I'm gonna insert it in, but it was amazing. The that was a lot of foreshadowing about the Mr. Prince thing or whatever.
Yeah.
That was 17 years before that even happened. Like crazy.
Yeah, so I mean he kicks ass, and now like in the most recent chapters in Wano, he's like finally like coming back with a fucking vengeance. He like handled Queen like it was nothing. He seriously, like, he's about to, I think, square off with Queen, but
I don't even want to go up after this arc.
Yeah, that's gonna be sick. But he like with women, you know, he doesn't want to hurt women or whatever, and that's cool. I'm with that. He like got the shit beat out of him by Black Maria and didn't do a single thing because he's like, I will not hit a woman. And then he calls Robin to help him out, and like, you know, there's no shame there because he trusts Robin. He's an S for me too. I love Sanji. He's so good, and I feel like I like the fact that he just like let these women like beat the crap out of him, and he's just like, there's no way I'm doing this. I'm not fighting you guys. Like I'm gonna let it happen. And he leaves, and he's like totally fine too. Like he's not even like really damaged.
The only thing is, I mean, he almost died after coming from the 2-year training arc. You know, seeing women. You know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna word this weird. Just seeing, you know, more women, whatever, for the first time. You know, he you know, almost dies from Fishman. That was pretty funny. I just
yeah. Yeah, he like keeps like bleeding to death out of his nose and shit. Yeah, that was wacky. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, no, he's S. I love Sanji. I think he's like so badass, especially in Enies Lobby, and like, I mean, even Skypia, he's super badass too. He like that the like most iconic. Yeah. That is like one of the most iconic scenes of Sanji like ever. Is like he's like says something like got a light or something like that, and he just gets shocked, smokes a cigarette, and pretty much passes out. He's the man. I'm saying S.
About you, Connor?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you guys. I mean, I can't argue with any of that. Definitely S tier. I think it's cool too how he like seems to be this like mature person in like moments when it matters most, and he like the whole Mr. Prince thing I still think is the coolest thing, where he like in Enies Lobby recognizes, oh, if no one does this, we might be screwed, so I'm gonna go and do it on my own, and I'm not gonna make a big deal about it. I'm just gonna go and do it and get it done. And I love that, and I've always loved his character. So to see, especially bringing up the whole Black Maria and Robin thing recently, is so cool, because I think that is such a cool character development to him. To just entrust it all to Robin and be like, you got it, it's cool. You know, I think that's super cool. And to see this like growth from someone who before would have been like, no, I have to protect you. But I can't actually fight this woman, so I don't know how I'm going to protect you. And instead he like recognizes, yeah, my Robin is capable enough to handle this herself, so I'll let her do it, and I'll go be useful somewhere else, because he is super capable and he is super useful, and you know, part of the monster trio. So yeah, I think he's definitely S tier.
Yeah. All right, Jake, it's your turn, right?
Okay, I'll do. Let's do Robin. Let's go with Robin.
Okay.
Another one of those when you find out her like origin story. I cried during One Piece has made me cry a few times. And Robin's origin story is so sad. You know, she doesn't know who her mom is, and when she finally meets her, like she's like about to die, and it's like so freaking sad. But yeah, we just said it prior, like she's super capable as well. Like she's handling Black Maria even earlier in Wano, that like through like a combined combo attack, they like handle Big Mom, and she's like sends Big Mom like where does she send Big Mom? Into the ocean, or was that a different thing?
I think she sent Big Mom though. I don't know, something like that.
Something like that. She like sent her ass away though, and it was really badass. Yeah, Robin's super sick. She like has now ties to like the Revolutionary Army somewhat.
That's true.
She's able to read poneglyphs. She's like super important to the show, like progressing it all. And when you first see her, she like does like, you know, she's introduced as a villain. She like blows up Vivi's I forget the dude's name. You guys know what I'm talking about? The dude with the weird hair who says like mama before he talks.
I forgot.
She it looks like she does him so dirty. She like puts him on a ship and like blows his ass up, like, and it's a huge explosion. So you're like, who the hell is this?
I want to live moment. I mean,
Oh my God, that's another thing. Yeah, where that's a huge iconic part in One Piece. I I just wish like, you know, her whole personality is I'm dry and like I somewhat lack a personality. Or she's like a little scary, but so because of that, she's not always like flourishing. She's not always like taking the spotlight, obviously. So she's cool and she handles business. I'm not gonna say I like her more than Sanji. I'm gonna put her at A. That's where I'm gonna put her.
Fair, very fair.
Yeah.
Connor, you wanna go?
Yeah, Robin was a character that like I don't know, like her I loved her right off the bat, regardless of her like affiliation. Because I just loved her design. The cowboy hat was like, yeah, I'm into that. I'm into that right off the bat. And then like seeing the whole like I was really intrigued with her when she came and rescued like Luffy in that first initial confrontation with Crocodile. Yeah, when it's essentially like Luffy's dead, he's just gonna die right now. This is crazy. And then she comes and helps him, and she kind of like gets into that whole like those with the name D in their name, and that was interesting. And I was like,
do you remember why she helped him?
I mean, I don't remember why exactly. She did mention something about those with the name D, and I remember just being like, isn't she bad? Like, what's going on here? And it just like really intrigued me for her character, whether she was bad or good. It was like, what's up with this? Like, why is she doing this? This doesn't make really much sense to me. And then seeing her just like appear on the ship after all is said and done, and being like, I'm with you guys now. It's just like, who is this? I like her, but who is this? I agreed with like Zoro when he was very hesitant to trust her off the bat, and he was very cautious of her. And I felt the same way for a while until her throwdown in Skypiea, when she kind of put her life on the line against this literal thunder god. That was crazy to me, that she was like, these people that she just kind of met, she was willing to put her life on the line and get just shocked, almost killed, to help them. So I thought that was cool. Where she's at now, I think she's just a great character. I wish she was utilized a little more. I think she is a little underutilized. I don't know if that's just like part of her character. She is this like, we know about her backstory, but I think because of her time spent with the Revolutionary Army, there's like this weird, like mysterious aura surrounding her, where it's like, seems like she knows more than she's letting on, or like there will be something big regarding her and her time spent in the time skip in the future. And we're just kind of waiting to get to that point, because it is some like end game stuff. It sucks because like, I love her as a character. She's one of my like sleeper favorites. Like I love her in the Straw Hats. I think she's just such a cool character. Her backstory, like you said, makes me cry every time. Very, very sad.
Next to none, and like saddest backstories up there.
Yeah. It is insanely sad. I think like she gets just like the fact that her backstory and her like real like love starts in one of my favorite arcs of One Piece really does kind of make me biased. But I just wish they would utilize her more. I think she's super underutilized. I think the moments where she is utilized and she does come in clutch is super clutch. So I don't know. I'd put her in B tier.
Oh, okay. Jay, what'd you say?
I said A. Yeah.
All right. So for me, like, like I said, or like all you guys said, her introducing to Alabasta, that was cool. Playing like this like hitman type of girl, where she might have to flirt with somebody but setting them up type of thing. That was pretty cool. She knows, and I love, you get to see her join the Straw Hats. They don't trust her, but then you get to Annie's lobby. And this is a little off topic, but Annie's lobby was really the arc of testing the Straw Hats as a family, or as that was really that arc.
I agree,
because things were not looking the greatest. And seeing them rescue her, and I want to live. And I just wish, like you said, maybe the story hasn't fit yet for her to do anything, or maybe we're just waiting, like you said, to the maybe we get to Laugh Tail, Raft Tail, whatever they call it. It's Laugh Tail, right?
Laugh Tale.
Because I thought Raptor, whatever. So maybe when they get there to that arc, it'll be something, or with the Giants or the Revolutionary Army will get something. But I really feel like she has S potential, but her personality is very meh, and then we don't really get a lot of her going outward. So I would go A.
Connor, we outvote you again, dude. Sorry, man.
Fair, democracy.
Who's next? Connor, you're next.
Is it me? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna pick. You know what? I'm gonna pick Jinbei. And then we'll do the first three last.
Yep.
So we'll do Jinbei first. He's a character I really like, especially it was literally last chapter or 2 chapters ago, we got a really cool fight with him with a really interesting villain. Who's Who. That was interesting. I've always liked Jinbei. I always thought he was really cool ever since his I think his introduction was Impelled Down, I want to say.
Yeah, you're right.
When he was in the cell with Ace,
and then Luffy came.
Yeah, that was always cool. So it was immediately like, okay, this guy is insane. He's in this really high security prison. Clearly did some crazy stuff. Really interested to know more about him. I do like we got more of his backstory, I believe, with the Sun Pirates and stuff like that. So I like him. I like how he is a part of the Straw Hat crew now, and we get it's like he's the 10th member, so to speak, or something. So now we have this full crew laid out, which is cool. I'm interested to see more of his contributions in the future. I think right now it's super lax. I mean, he did Whole Cake Island. He did a lot as far as confronting Big Mom and putting his life on the line. I think that was really badass. He kind of just stood up to an emperor and was like, "Hey, I'll take you on if I have to, whatever." So that was cool. So I think for that feat alone, just the fact that he was willing to stand up to an emperor to join Luffy's crew, I would put him in A tier.
Wow. He's just so new. We don't have too much of him yet, where my attachment to him isn't like the attachment to the rest of the Straw Hat crew yet.
Right.
But he is super badass. You mentioned, Connor, the whole Cake Island stuff. He stood up against Big Mom twice, in 2 different ways. One where she used her devil fruit on Jinbei, and he just was unfazed. He was like, "I'm not scared. I'm respectfully leaving your crew, whether you like that or not." And then when he throws her off the ship, he pretty much exiles her away from the ship. He's like, "Get out of here." That's incredible. Him being a Shichibukai, that's amazing. And him just being strong from the get-go, kind of standing up to Arlong in the past. It's super sick. I really like Jinbei. He's really capable with hockey, which is super sick. You see that happen in that most recent chapter with when fighting Who's Who. And he makes me think since now he's part of the crew, there's it's no longer the monster trio. It's what would you call a monster group of something like that? Yeah, quadruplet. Quadrant. Monster.
I don't know.
I don't know either. He's a monster quadrant. He's part of that now. I think he's super badass.
Quartet. Is it a barbershop quartet? So it'd be a monster quartet, maybe.
Quartet. Sure.
Hey,
yeah.
we started that. So any if some big YouTuber or this new trend goes around, we were the origin of saying that. So clip it.
Okay. I'll put him in B for right now. Okay. For right now. I'm not too attached to Jinbei, but he is awesome.
Right. Okay. So for me, we're talking not as a character, as a Straw Hat. Got people at home. So I'm gonna say this. He does have some dope moments.
Yeah.
This might be unfair because we do have VVNB and she has not been attached, but we did acknowledge that she's not technically a Straw Hat. Somebody just put this on the list.
Yep.
Very new. He has a lot of status in the world, as a Shichibukai, somebody who was probably one of the stronger fishmen ever or whatever.
Yeah.
But as a Straw Hat, I'm gonna go C.
That's fair. I mean, he is new. He's so new. Like,
but he does have some dope moments. There's a lot of potential. And I kind of look at him as Luffy's mentor. To be honest. I know it's weird, but like inside the crew, he's the one that's like, hey, Luffy, like, look, I've been in the game. You know, he's that OG of the crew. Like, yo, Big Mom can do this, this, and this. This is what we're gonna have to do. He's like the father figure of the Straw Hats type of thing.
You're right. You just like put the thought in my mind. I forgot. Like after the war where Ace died, he was the one who like set Luffy straight. Basically, I totally forgot about that.
And then you had him in Hulk. If it wasn't for him, they would not have made a. No, I'm gonna go B now. I'm gonna go B because I remember he sat down with Beige and was like, "Yo, we need to collab and not work against each other." Because if they didn't, the Straw Hats would have got dismantled up in Whole Cake.
Yeah,
trying to get.
They wouldn't have been able to leave Whole Cake.
Well,
there's no way.
I think this is again off topic, but like Sanji had already snuck out and stuff. So I do feel like they could have got off the island that night if they legit just left. But it's never as simple as it's anime. It's never gonna be that simple.
Right,
but,
right.
I don't think without Jinbei, they barely got out there with everybody working together.
Yeah.
Like, by the teeth, like by the skin of their teeth. So yeah, I'm gonna go B. So me and Jake are, agreeing again.
B. Yep. Sorry, Connor. This just keeps happening to you, man.
Son.
Listen, whatever Connor votes, I'm voting against now. All right.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Who just went? Connor?
I did. Yeah, I did.
I think you're up, Chris.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's go Zoro.
Woo.
I mean the first technically Straw Hat or whatever because Luffy's the captain, so technically the first mate. The only detriment I could say he doesn't have he doesn't have the backstory we want yet, but I feel like that could happen. We really don't need it, to be honest. I would like to see a little backstory. Whatever, it doesn't actually have to be sad because Luffy's backstory isn't really that sad. But I mean, it's no denying, nothing happens. Challenging Luffy's in his lobby saying, "Yo, you can't just be bringing people back." I mean, Conqueror's Hockey, clashing with, giving Kaido some problems, clashing with Big Mom. He probably could have took on Kizaru back in Sabaody.
I don't know. That's a scary one. Yeah, that's a hard one.
I thought they got in a fight or something. Maybe I'm tripping. I might be tripping though.
Kizaru kind of handled Zoro in Sabaody. He was about to straight up kill him if Rayleigh didn't
I
show
forgot to be honest. So things were correct. I don't know. I don't need no some anti-Zoro fans be like, no, he's not. So I'm gonna go S. I mean, there's nothing really more. Nothing happens. I mean, he's the embodiment of somebody who would die for his captain and die for being the best he can be type of thing.
I 100% agree. Zoro's S for me. He is goated. He is like, I mean, not to show my hand right now, but he's like, as main character as Luffy in my mind. I fucking love Zoro. Right. He's a beast for all the reasons you just said. He's super loyal. Like so many amazing moments, like him facing off against Kuma and taking all of Luffy's pain in Thriller Arc at the end of Thriller Bark. What the fuck? And just recently taking on that attack from Kaido and Big Mom and blocking it for like, I don't know, a few moments. Like it just seems like an impossible thing he did. Like none of the other people he was with would have done the thing he did. Like Luffy wasn't about to. Law, no. Kid, no.
I don't even know why Killer is there, to be honest.
He's like supposed to be like paralleling Zoro, I guess, right? Like, cause like Kid is like paralleling Luffy.
We should just have laws of Panda there at that point.
Beppo,
so cool.
Yeah, that would be hilarious if Beppo just started like handling Big Mom and Kaido. But
I will not do good for the power skillers. You know who you are.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's the shit. I love Zoro so much. I could go on about Zoro. I'm just gonna put him in S.
Right.
Yeah, S. I'm not gonna argue with that.
Carter, you can have any statements on it if you want. I mean, we all S.
I think Zoro is. he's just like the first member. He's super cool. I've always been a Zoro fanboy, so I was gonna put him in S regardless.
I wish if anybody said anything lower than S, we might have had squared up on this panel. The only
yeah, if any one of you said anything other than S, I would have. Yeah.
If you guys even said double S, I would have kicked your asses. All right. No.
Yeah. Yep.
No, Zoro is the shit, man.
He's
I wish for the shit.
But now I feel like we're too deep in the story to even get one, to be honest.
If it happens,
he did get it back. I'm tripping. He did it with the girl, like just a little.
Yeah, Kuina. Yeah, it's a little one. It's. Yeah. I was thinking they might do the same thing with Zoro that they did with Sanji, where like later you like get a different kind of backstory about Zoro. But yeah, like you said, like that was a great point. Actually, it's like, do I even care about Zoro's backstory right now? Like he's so like. We're so solidified. Yeah, we're so deep into like who he is right now. It's like I could take it, but I'm also fine without it. I don't care.
Right. So Jake, you got the last two, so you choose the one.
I'll leave up the king to someone else. I'll do Nami.
Pause. No
pause. Nami, I mean, she's the shit. Like I said, in our podcast, we're going back through One Piece from the start. And like, she is awesome, like right from the get-go. I love how she's like so spunky. Like I love a character with spunk. She's all about her money and like she plays to that character so good. Just being like, you know, I'll do it as long as I get treasure. And she kind of develops later to like after, you know, the Straw Hats help her in Arlong Park. Like she it's not always about money with her. What's that?
Just as loyal as the Zoro Sanji, honestly. I mean, they're all loyal.
But like 100%. Yeah, she like really comes to love like these guys as a family, and you really start to see that later. And she's badass. She's like really like, you know, kind of becoming like just like super capable. And to be honest, she kind of always was like even in NES Lobby, she like handles one of the CP9 members. Like that's something. Like that's really impressive. So and she kind of like does a crazy move against Big Mom. Like she befriends Zeus. She's the shit. I'm also gonna put her in S tier. Yeah.
I cannot disagree, man. Connor, you can go before I give my I guess.
Yeah, I think like rereading this recently has made me super biased towards Nami, but Nami is awesome. I love Nami, especially the whole backstory and the whole like just ever since Arlong Park with her on the ground crying to Luffy asking for his help. It was like, yeah, I'm always gonna love this character and I'm always going to think the highest of this character. I think because she's the navigator, that immediately raises her stock as far as contribution, because right off the bat, again, biased because we're reading it, but right off the bat, Luffy and Zoro, I mean, we know how bad Zoro is with directions, and Luffy is helpless as far as that would go. So they were just getting so lost right off the bat. So without them, without Nami, you know, they would have been completely lost no matter what. So I think she contributes so much. I think her like skills in being a thief and I guess espionage, if you want to call it that, like she's just like a spy essentially. I think that's really cool.
Her personality is a lot better than Robin's, honestly.
Yeah, she's like,
oh yeah, she's got a lot of personality.
I think both of them can be like femme fatales in their own right, but Nami definitely has like a more outgoing, bubbly personality, where Nami seems more of, or Robin seems more like an introvert. So I would put Nami in S tier, because I'm going to stand by my statement. Without her, they die because they get lost. So
I agree all points. She checks all the character development. She gets cool fights. I mean, obviously she's not going to get the Kaido Big Mom, but when she does get them, they're dope. Her kidnapping Zeus from Big Mom, that was pretty cool. Pretty funny, honestly. I mean, she has, I think, a $70-80 million bounty or something like that, which is, I mean, think about it in context. She has a higher bounty than that dude from the blue, the East Blue, that the one that came to the Baratheon. She has a higher bounty than him now.
Yeah. Oh shit, I forget it. Don Krieg.
Yeah, I mean that's
yeah.
funny. She the backstory amazing. I mean, I'm gonna go S, man.
Oh yeah.
Should we even talk about Luffy? Like, I mean, come on, like there isn't really to say.
Who is up? It's not me.
It's
I
me,
left it to someone else.
It's me technically. So yeah, we're doing Luffy, and I'm gonna put him in D tier because he doesn't do anything for this crew at all.
Yeah, he sucks.
Doesn't contribute, doesn't help at all. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in the highest of S tiers, obviously.
This is gonna be a clip for the Instagram. Be like, what? Everybody's gonna know.
Nami?
Yeah, I mean, without Luffy, there's no crew. So
yeah,
he has to be S tier. He has to be without him. There's many times in this manga where a lot of these people are driven, a lot of the crewmates are driven to into like corners, and a lot of their motivation or strength comes from their desire to help Luffy achieve his dream. Right. Like, and one of my favorite quotes about Luffy is from Mihawk during the battle. Yeah, it's during that big like Marineford battle when he says he possesses the most of all the men on the sea. He is the most terrifying because he can. He possesses the ability to sway anyone to his cause. He's just that charismatic. He's like a natural born king or a natural born leader where people just are compelled to follow him. He just exudes these characteristics that make you want to be like, I like him. I want to follow him.
Yeah.
And I think that is such like a cool, it is like the perfect trait for, I think, a main character where you can, without question, get all these very interesting, powerful, and very strong personalities to follow this one person in a combined goal while they all have individual goals they're trying to attain as well. I think it's super cool. And yeah, without Luffy, there's no crew, so he has to be S tier.
Yeah. He's like just maybe my favorite shonen, or not favorite shonen character, maybe just favorite anime character or manga character ever besides, maybe Guts from Berserk. Like and they're two different worlds entirely. I just like that Luffy walks the walk, and by walking the walk, like you said, like everyone's just like, I mean, whether Luffy actually is capable of doing it or not, he's like, I'm going to do it. Like he's going to try it regardless. And like that kind of gets everyone like rallied up behind him. They're like, you know what? Yeah, I should be doing what I want to do because Luffy's doing what he wants to do, and he's not letting anyone like say shit about him. Like he's just gonna go do the thing. He's super badass. I mean, Enies Lobby is like one of the most insane things I've ever like seen in any anime when he's fighting Rob Lucci. I remember the first time I saw that fight, I was watching with someone. We both saw it for the first time, and like my jaw was dropped. I was like, they did this so well. Him like doing the gear second like Gatling gun on Rob Lucci. I was like, this is like the craziest thing I've ever seen. And like his fight with Katakuri was also just like so insane. Of course he says he's the man. He's the main character, but he's also like my favorite main character maybe ever. He's so good. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else to say. Y'all hit all the points. What else to say? I was gonna say we can order it. We only got 7 minutes left. Like I said, I don't know if you guys gotta go. We can order it if you want, or we can get up out of here, get a good little outro. It's up to you guys.
Yeah, whatever. I'm down to order them. Sure.
Yeah, okay. So we can go to the S. I think we all can agree that Nami is at the end, probably. We would say Nami at the end of S. I think that's fair.
I don't know. What do you think, Connor? Would you put Nami at the end?
Yeah,
you put Nami at the end?
I would put Nami at the end.
Yeah, I would put Nami.
Wow. All right, I'll go with you guys.
Only because she keeps them alive because of the navigation, but that's like when it comes to like keeping them alive as far as just like strength wise goes, she's not gonna hold a candle to the other three. So I think especially where they're getting to in the story, it's like they're just fighting the strongest of strong.
Right.
So
the Zoro Sanji, that's the biggest debate. I was like,
oh man.
I say switch them. I say put Zoro right next to Luffy, but that's my opinion.
That is my opinion too.
I got Sanji next to Zoro, but like I could go either way, honestly. What about you? You're the tiebreaker, Connor.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Jake on this one. I like Zoro more. But I know. I don't know. I'm a sucker for swordsmen. I like swordsmen. So
okay. A tier. Good thing just SAB. Okay. Rob, I would probably put Robin at the top of A.
Oh, okay. What about you, Connor? What would you? What?
This is tough. Because character, like, I'm gonna put Robin at top of A, Chopper middle, and then Usopp at the end.
Okay. All right. What about you, Connor?
I'm biased because I love Usopp, so I would keep it the way it is right now.
Okay. You're the tiebreaker.
Oh my god, I hate being this guy right now. I also kind of like it almost exactly how it is. Yeah, I'm sorry. I like Usopp so much. Chopper next, Robin. I'm sorry.
You're good, man. All right, last tier B. I would probably put Jinbei. I would put Jinbei in front of Vivi. I probably would put. Then I would probably that's it, honestly. Probably Jinbei in front of Vivi. That's it.
I guess I'll go this time around. Man, I want Vivi. This is so messed up. I want Vivi at the front. I want Vivi at the very front of this list, even on B. Then I think I want Frankie, Jinbei, and Brooke. But that's just me.
I would switch Vivi and Jinbei right now, and then I would switch Frankie and Brooke.
Wow.
Okay, we can at least agree on the last this one because I said that.
Yeah.
And then both of you. Wait, you guys. So what's the Frankie book, Brooke? I mean Frankie book.
I think out of all of them, Frankie, just because he built their ship, would be the most like. Yeah,
I'm with that.
Yeah, I guess I would go Brooke personally, but yeah, it's okay. Go against Chris Day,
It is.
Hey, for a while it was go against Connor Day.
Yeah, it was go against Connor Day for a little bit. So we're all in this together.
Let's go. So we can get a good.
We all hate Connor.
Thank you guys for doing this with me, man. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah! Thank you so much for having us on.
It was awesome. It was a good time.
This is the official list. Screenshot it. Send it to your mom, your dad, the non-binary folks, all of them. We stop the share and let you guys plug your stuff before we get out of here. Tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find us anywhere you find podcasts. It's One Pod, a One Piece podcast. Twitter and Instagram handle are the same. It's One Pod Podcast, so that's spelled one PODCAST. That's where you can find us. I'm also I do another show called The Buttery Males. It's like a comedy podcast. It's a real crazy podcast. So you can find us anywhere you can find Anime Gensho or One Pod as well. So yeah.
Thanks for coming on. You know where you can find us at, guys. Anime Gensho. I did a podcast on their channel. We did one, and by the time this comes out, the podcast we did will be old as dirt, probably. But it's there.
Hey, still check it out though.
Yeah, still, it was good. Some good stuff. Ranked all shonen. The bigger name shonen. There's some like Death Note and JoJo's that weren't in there, but mostly the big ones of the names are up there. And you can find us on TikTok, _Gensho, and all podcasting platforms. I hope you guys enjoy, and peace.